McPartlin today admitted drink driving and told the court that he was ashamed and mortified by a 3-car crash that left a 4-year-old girl in hospital. The troubled star, 42, appeared gaunt and strained as he arrived at Wimbledon Magistrates Court to answer the single charge. It emerged that he was twice the legal limit when he crashed with his mother Christine Woodhall in his car on March 18. In a statement to police, he apologized for his behavior, admitting, "I'm very sorry I did this. I'm ashamed and mortified that this happened." And his defense barrister Liam Walker told the court Ant had suffered a brief relapse which was unbenknowst to his mum, who moved into his rented Chiswick home following his split from wife Lisa Armstrong. Anthony McPartlin is sorry.He is doing everything he can so this never happens again. He hopes that in time he can make himself better and he might be forgiven by all the people he feels he has let down so terribly, Mr. Walker continued. He added that Ant had been struggling to come to terms with the collapse of his marriage and has been getting treatment for alcohol and emotional issues. Ant blew a breathalyser reading of 75 mcg of alcohol per 100 milliliters of breath. The legal limit is 35 mcg. He was arrested and interviewed by police for 10 hours on March 18 following the 3-car smash in Mortlake, southwest London. His £26,000 Mini was in collision with 2 other vehicles, one which was carrying a 4-year-old girl who was subsequently taken to hospital. Restaurant boss Faheem Vanoo was with his family in one of the cars involved in the smash and told last month how Ant appeared to lose control on a bend. He claimed his Mini came flying around a corner on the wrong side of the road trying to overtake a car. "I hardly had time to react and turned into the curb to avoid a head-on collision." Recalling the moment of impact, Faheem, 41, claimed he managed to swerve at the last minute, a move he believed saved their lives. "I hardly had time to react and turned in towards the curb to avoid a head-on collision. I'm convinced that split-second turn of the wheel saved us all from being crippled or killed," he told The Sun. "I don't care whether he's a millionaire and I don't care whether he's a famous TV star, he could have put my daughter in a wheelchair." Describing how an enormous bang jolted them around in the car, Faheem said he was only doing 20 miles per hour and that everyone including his daughter was wearing seatbelts. Shilpa, whose lip was burst when her face smashed into a headrest, claimed she was so furious with Ant that she had to be restrained. "I was so angry with him, I lost my cool and tried to run up to him and smashed his face. I had to be held back. After I calmed down, someone asked him if he was okay, but he never said a word to us and never apologized." The horn of his car was blaring and my little girl was crying in shock.It was a terrible, chaotic scene, she said. Amaira was subsequently taken to West Middlesex Hospital in Isleworth, and her dad described the whole experience as a nightmare. "It is not something that we ever expected, but we are just grateful that no one was hurt," he told the Daily Mail. "It has been a terrible experience, and it feels like we are coming out of a nightmare. It has left us all a bit shaken up. 3 days after the smash and was charged and then entered rehab for a second time. He was originally due in court on April 4th, however that date was pushed back amid claims he was in an intense phase of his recovery. Court officials agreed to push the court date back because Ant is in intensive rehab right now, a source told The Sun. They're mindful of his personal problems and accept that he is taking proactive steps to deal with those issues, which is a positive thing. Following his arrest, Ant cancelled all work commitments for the foreseeable future, including Saturday Night Takeaway and Britain's Got Talent. And a second insider told the newspaper that ITV has urged the star to take all the time he needs amid fears he returned to the spotlight too quickly after completing a rehab stint for an addiction to painkillers in 2017. He won't be pushed into returning too soon. Many people feel that he may have been a bit quick to come back after his problems last year. This time everyone is determined that he takes all the time he needs to deal with things properly, the source added. While his bestie Declan Donnelly has bravely continued to hold the fort, fronting the remainder of SNT alone, Ant's other showbiz pals have also backed his time away from the camera. Kaiser Chiefs Ricky Wilson told the Sunday People Ant is going through some tough times. He will bounce back, but whether that is later rather than sooner. I think he needs a long time.